Hello? 1, 2. Hello? They heard me. Anyway. Great. Welcome, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Show some thumbs up or something. Or leave a message there so that I know you are hearing me crystal clear. Yeah, you can hear me. Right. Today's meeting centers around all of you. So if you have joined us and you've not subscribed yet, please do so. So that you can put your questions out there in the comment section, and then we'll address them for you. Let's give ourselves what's the time? Yeah, the next 3 minutes. Invite your friends, talk to them. Please alert them, alert somebody. You don't have to be in level 100 or 200, even in 300. If you have still doubts about exactly how you make your course selections, what to select and not, and what not. That is the reason why we've met here this evening. Invite and share. Tell them. I mean, if somebody's also showing interest in joining this school someday, sometime, next academic year, level 100 or something, they will find this meeting also very useful. So please tell them. In just 2 minutes, we will hit the ground running. Unfortunately, I don't have any background music to our meetings, so bear with me with all the complete silence you get to hear from here. Anyway, some of you know I also direct music, so you could follow some of my church videos. I recently led some praise and worship session. About 60 more seconds. Let's see those who join us, and then we can hit the ground running. How many minutes do you think we should have this meeting? 1 hour? 15 minutes already gone. So should I say 45 minutes? Should I put a countdown on this one? It helps me check myself when it comes to the time. I don't want us to go aboard. So let's say 45 minutes. 30 minutes. Okay. So I'll talk for 30 minutes. Maybe you have 5, maybe less. It could be. So let's see. Because I know some of you are preparing for church. And all. You don't have all the time to spend. I'm not surprised we don't have so many participants yet. It's understandable. As I already indicated, this meeting was supposed to happen yesterday, but we couldn't make it happen. As we speak, in fact, I nearly postponed this session to tomorrow, but I thought that would be too much of a postponement. So let me commit and make it happen today. I've been having this migraine since morning. Doesn't mean I can move around, but it's exhausting. I don't know. I try to catch some rest, but that too doesn't seem to be doing the trick. So yeah, here we are. Okay, it's 8:16 on my watch. I don't know what time you are seeing this. I know there is, of course, some small delays typically on the streaming, but it shouldn't be too significant. Okay, so we've met here. What's the purpose of this meeting? Let me just put it there. Course selection. Course selection. Right. Course selection, just in case someone joins us later and is wondering why we've met. Course selection. Course selection is one of the most headaches, one of the biggest headaches of most students in our department, especially those of you who are on the new curriculum. For the first batch of students on our new curriculum is in level 300 right now. I see Radiant there and a few others. So yeah, pretty much. So I'll make a brief presentation. Maybe by the time I end my presentation, I would have answered everybody's question, and then the meeting will just die by itself. I hope. Else, I guess I will have to answer a lot more questions when necessary. Okay, so just so we are all on the same page, I'll make sure that any information I'm sharing with you, I give adequate reference. In fact, I'm going to try and provide a link in the description with the material I'm going to be discussing with you. I hope you will like that, so that you just click on it and also have access to it. You don't need a third party to pass on this information on to you. You'll get it directly from me, so that we are on the same page. If for any reason something else comes up some other time, you know where to turn to. Okay, so let me do that quickly. Just going to upload the file and share it. Add the link to that file to you. So let me just drag it here. Now, this meeting is pretty much going to benefit. Oh, okay. I've already uploaded this before. It's largely going to benefit students in mathematical sciences and, of course, computer science department. Mathematical science. Okay, here it is. There we go. Okay. Now, why is it starting from here? Okay, that is fine. Okay, so if you have any question ahead of my presentation, please go ahead and then put them out there. I'll do it to address them, I can assure you. But I'm trying to add a link to the description so that everyone else can have access to it. I'm just going to add a link to the description in the description section. Creating the link right now. What name should I give it? What's the name of the file? Mathematical science program structure. Okay. Program structure. Mathe. How do you spell maths these days? Okay. Right. So look into the. I'm just adding it to the description right now. Oh. Maybe when you just refresh the page, you will see it. Why is this thing refusing to go down? Okay. Let me add some title to it. Mathematical science program structure. Okay. All right. So if you refresh the page, you should find it in the description section. Let me know if you find it. If you refresh the page, you should see it as part of the description, so that if you are with me, I guess we'll hit the nail on the head. Second semester begins in just about 2 weeks from now. Okay. All right. So, okay, my desktop is already being seen. How do I do this? Maybe I should put both side by side so that you don't need to see my face when I'm talking, do you? It's not necessary. I could just hide my face, put the substance rather on view, which is very much more important. Let me use this very option here. Oh, maybe I should have done all of this setup earlier before now, so that I don't lose too much time. But here we are. That's already happened, but I know it won't keep long. I can assure you of that. Okay, you can see it. Great. So please go ahead and then download it, because that's what's going to form center stage of our discussion. And then if you have any question, if you find your answer, you could even leave this stream like that. But then I hope you can stay around. If you are not there, I'm not there. So don't leave me just yet. Let's see. I'm just trying to hide my face as best as possible, and then make the other one as big as possible. Today there's no time to show you how I'm doing most of the things that I do, but I'm sure you bear with me on all of that. Okay, should be fine. All right, great. Okay, so this is going to be what we're going to discuss, and pretty much this document you see right here. I hope, what's the size here? It fills the screen wide enough. Okay, Right, so this is University of Ghana School of Physical and Mathematical Sciences review of structure of undergraduate programs. This is what has been changed over the period. So this is all going to get ourselves used to. So this document was a revision from something back in 2010. Everybody who is joining us today has already cleared one hurdle. Some of you have cleared several hurdles. There's something I need to emphatically state here. Maybe draw your attention to what you are seeing right here. Number of credits to be taken per semester. I know some of you have questions around this particular section. You ready them and I'll answer all of them to the best of my ability. So if you are taking a single major course, you are not supposed to exceed, for level 100, you can see yours. You have to take no more than 18 credit hours, and this is a requirement for you. So you have to take notice of that. Then those of you who are in level 200, you are not supposed to exceed you're not supposed to exceed 18 credit hours as well per semester. So level 100, the expectation is that you clear as many UGRCs as possible, as you can see from here. If you are taking a single major level 200, let me make my view scrolling possible. 18 credit hours is the maximum. 18 credits that my credit hours maximum for level 300 and 400. That is if you are taking a single major. I know most all of you should know your status by now. If you are in the combined major category, please look at this. If you are in the combined major category, you have a maximum of 21 credit hours per semester, a minimum of 9 credit hours per semester from each subject, because you are a combined major student. So some are mathematics and computer science, mathematics, something. You know your courses. We'll have a conversation about this later on exclusively for the level 100s. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please do. We'll definitely let you know. We'll discuss that when your placements are completed, and you need to know which program you are going to read and which courses you really need to select. So that's the conversation for another day. But those in level 200 and 300, you already know your status. So you can go up to 21 credit hours. This is the allowable maximum credit hours. There have been few instances people have gone to 22, but I will not encourage anybody to. Else the system may reduce your courses by 1 so that you don't exceed. That is possible. Some courses are pretty fun, 2 credit hours, 1 credit hour, so on and so forth, depending on what you're taking from. Same total credit hours applies to the major minor students, as you can see from here. 21 maximum, 21 maximum. I mean, in my opinion, you shouldn't be having multiple credit hours more than you can take. I mean, personally, I really don't know. I don't know why you have so much to contend with, especially when you have receipts to take notice of. It's important you don't allow these things to derail your plans. So yeah, I mean, those who don't have to take so much credits, they don't end up needing to go all the way to 21. But that's a different conversation for another day. All right, so let's go straight to the courses, shall we? The document is not organized such a manner that when you use the navigation pane, you can select all those things. They didn't do that. So I'm sorry, we'll have to be scrolling through. That's why I'm going through this with you. Okay, so just before you start bringing in your questions, let me connect this thing immediately. Okay, so I have to Log. Where is it? Because I want your questions to be viewable by everyone. So that everybody can see it. Just in case it missed somebody's question as well. Just a moment. Oh, this thing is misbehaving. If it won't come, I'll force it to. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm using the wrong one now. I guess. No, it's not this one. No, it's this one. It's this very one. Oh. I thought it just retrieved it. Okay, let me not worry my head over this one. Okay, so as you can see from here, you have your courses for level 100 first semester. Physical science students who are part of this session, you are supposed to take all of these 14 credit hours and then pick some courses from here to complete your list. I'm not going to talk about first semester. So for a second semester, I know registration has opened already on the portal. So you make sure you don't miss out on your practical physics. You don't miss out on electricity and magnetism. You don't miss out on your foundation chemistry. And then you make sure you do not miss out on your general chemistry laboratory too. Now this has been asterisked because if you didn't take the laboratory one, which I think should be somewhere in first semester, there it is. So if you do not take this, they do not entertain students coming to take the continuation of a course. So if you didn't take this, then you have a problem. Because it's a required course. Anything that is up here is essential. So this is for physical science students. So please take notice of that. And of course, calculus 1 is essential. So this semester, if you fulfilled all righteousness, as I will put it in first semester for physical science students, then second semester, note the courses you are supposed to register. Find a UGRC course required for you. Must be 3 credit hours. Your physics 2 is 1 credit. Electricity and the rest 3, and then the chemistry laboratory is also 1, and the calculus 3. These courses must definitely be selected. Now, if you want to be considered for physical science with computer science, or let me say physics with computer science, for example, then you cannot skip programming fundamentals. I repeat, and these are the only options you have. This is going to only the physical science students. I know this session I'm trying to address issues regarding mathematical science and computer science. But if you are in physical science, please take notice of this. If you have any interest to do physics with or combined with, we have combined and then with. So we have the combined and then the combined major and then single major. Is it single major? Major minor, sorry. So we have the combined major and then major minor. Combined major and major minor. For physical science students who wish to have a bit of computer as part of their program, unfortunately, you cannot switch completely. In fact, getting a single major in computer science is not an option. You don't have that option. But you can complement your physical science, particularly with physics, with computer science. If that is your expectation, if that is your expectation and you are admitted as a physical science student, then programming fundamentals is not just an elective but a required course for you. It is a required course for you. Please take notice of this. Let me know if you've heard me right. You can use the chat section to let me know whether you are listening carefully and the information is going down well with you. If you are very interested in going into earth science or any related program, then these are your electives. Is that okay? Of course. So at the end of the day, you're going to be left with a core of 14 credit hours, leaving you with how many credit hours? Approximately 7 to meet the 21. Okay. So if you want to come to computer science, you need to make sure DCIT 104 is one of your courses. I'm speaking to physical science students right now. Physical science students, those who are admitted to physical science. And then you have to take algebra and geometry. You cannot avoid these courses. You cannot avoid these courses if, and I'm choosing my words carefully, it's not when, if you want to be considered for physics with computer science. If you want to have computer science a complement to your major program, this is the only option for physical science students to even get close to computer science. If for any reason you have no interest to have computer in your transcript, I mean, you don't want to have anything to do with it on your certificate, and you are a physical science student, don't waste your time to take DCIT 104. Don't even try and, audit the course. There's nothing like auditing. You'll be wasting your time. You'll probably be better off focusing on your earth science courses or, botany course, and then moving on to those very departments. Okay. I don't believe in testing the waters in this environment. You should know yourself by now. So if you have any interest to branching into computer science, not full, you can't get to major. You can't get single major computer science. This option of single major, etc., is exclusive to mathematical science students. It's only exclusive to mathematical science students. So if you are physical science students and you want to have something to do with computer science, then BCIT 104 and Maths 126 are essential programs you have to register for. All right. If you have any question as I make progress, please leave it in the chat section and I'll do my best to respond. So far, there's no question. Somebody is asking, can we get the PDF file we are using? Derek, just refresh your page just in case you have still not done so. The link to the document I'm discussing with you is in the description below the video. Okay. It's right there. Let me know when you find it, Derek. Let me know when you find it. Thank you. All right. So let's delve into our mathematical science students, shall we? The clock is ticking. Right. So the mathematical science students, UGRC, first semester, we have already gone past it. So that's no conversation for now. Okay. You have an option to branch into physics. You have an option to branch into actuarial science. That is why there's this course. And of course, you have options to branch into computer science fully or partially in one form or the other. That's why 103 is there. So the statement here indicates that if you wish to be considered for actuarial science, and I'm repeating, if you are in level 100 and you were dreaming of getting into actuarial science and biomathematics at level 200, then a course 101 it was a required course. If you didn't take them, please, you have lost the opportunity to go into actuarial science. Take note of this. This is the final document. This is the document that has been accepted. That's why I've added a link to that description. I have the link in the description box for you to download for yourself. This is supposed to be your Bible as you journey through this program. With this document, you have access to even proposed textbooks for each of the courses that will be used. Okay. Let me take some sip of water. I hope you are getting information. All right, let's make progress, shall we? The focus here is on second semester. So I know you have begun registration. The portal is opened. Most of you made a full payment for your fees right from the beginning. So there's no need to waste anybody's time. So if you are in mathematical science, you need to register a UGRC for this semester. You need to register for Calculus 1. These are required courses, core. You can't avoid them. As long as you're admitted into mathematical science, these courses, you can't avoid them. Take notice of them. If you have pen and paper, just note them down, okay? Maths 122, Maths 122, Maths 126, Stats 112, and then DCIT 104. This is a required course for all mathematical science students. You have no option but to do these 5 courses. Please take notice of that. Now, if you have any interest to join computer science, I always make computer science a biased option from here. If you have any plans to branch into computer science, if you want to be considered for single major, if you want to be considered for major minor, or you want to be considered for combined major in computer science, and I'm repeating, in computer science, aside from any other program, then DCIT 102, Computer Hardware Fundamentals and Circuits, is a required course for you. It's an elective you have to select. If you fail to select this course, forget about making straight A's in all your first semester courses or second semester course. You would not be considered even a branch into computer science. Please take notice of this. So at the end of the day, those of you who wish to be considered for single major computer science or any related program should have done at least four DCIT courses at the end of level 100. And your performance will determine whether you get single major, or you'll be considered for major minor, or you'll be considered for combined major. Right. So the first requirement is making sure you've selected the course and have taken them. And then the second metric will be your performance. That will determine whether you get into any of the 3 options that I've made mention of. I hope that is clear. All right. So those are the options here. If you want to, by mathematical science, and you want to branch into pure physics, then you would as well have to take the 106 and 104 of PHYS. And of course, if you want to do actuarial science, then Econs 102 is an elective you have to select. And of course, if you want to get into botany, biology and its related programs, then BOT and 104 is also your option. Okay, right. So at this point, let me see if I have any questions from anyone in level 100 who still has difficulty in making a decision on which courses he or she would have to take. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Am I getting any question? Okay. Right. A question seems to be coming in. Who is there? Let me see. All right. So please, what's the cutoff point for computer science and actuarial science? His question didn't pop up, did it? Let me see. Oh, it didn't show. I want to make sure everybody's question is there. Let me begin with this one. Okay, I need to edit something here so that your questions are viewable by everyone. It may be of interest to somebody. Bricks. Okay, I was using the wrong one. Trigger overlay number 2. That should be fine. Oh, let me look at number 3. Okay. Okay, so let's see again. Let me begin with this one. Right. So you say, sir, what is the cutoff point for computer science and actuarial science? Cutoff point. Um, so we don't have, unlike your admissions into the department, in fact, into mathematical science, BSc, IT, and so on and so forth. Unlike we have an aggregate, which is our only option. So in fact, there are two things we factor in here. Whether you take elective maths, some other courses, and then beyond that, we consider your aggregate. So that is for your admission into the program. But if you are moving further on from level 100 to 200, if you can revisit the condition, the second bullet of your admission letter, the emphasis was on your performance. And so first, you have to meet the requirement. That is why we have stated them here. If you want to enter into accounts, make sure you take your account. If you want to do actuarial science, you have to take accounts 101 and 102. It's necessary. If you don't take them, we don't accept you. Okay? Else we'll find another course for you. And then if you want to enter computer science, you have to take our courses at equally. Now, that's the first requirement. So that's how the algorithm has been set. Now, the next stage of the performance check is how well you do in them. And this is reviewed every year, just like the cutoff points for admission into our programs at undergraduate level from WASI level. Okay, so it's reviewed. But by default, for computer science, our requirement is this: make a minimum B plus, and I repeat, make a minimum B plus in any of the, in fact, in all of the 4 DCIT courses you take in level 100. Make a minimum B plus. As far as we are concerned, the easiest and the simplest of our programs you would ever take is in level 100. If there are some level 200s watching this video, they will testify to this. It won't be news to them. They will confirm what I'm saying right now. Okay, so minimum B plus, excuse me, and then of course an A is a plus, and then make good grades, of course, in your maths courses, and you have secured your spot. And don't make it difficult for us. It becomes automatic for any student who qualifies in this, within this category. Now, we have a cap. I recall that from the current level 200s, the department took a very big decision. We nearly admitted only 43 students into single major computer science because they were the only people who satisfied. In fact, some of them didn't even satisfy the criteria. They were wallowing somewhere in B and C's. It took a very powerful hand to turn things around because, I mean, those of you in the system will attest to this. It is not any easier for you. You all of you can even see the office productivity tools. You can see the performance. I've made the great chart performance available for you to see. Look at the number of your colleagues in Fs. We still have like 85 people, 200 students still failing. It's not enough being an enthusiast about computer science or IT, and it is about putting in the work and the effort. If it's not cut out for you, you don't sweat it because there are so many other options. I mean, that's the fact. That's the fact. We want real things to happen. We are not joking. And so if you are waiting for us to be teaching you in the lecture room, you can't compliment the efforts we are putting in. You have excuses upon excuses. The fact that you can browse on Facebook or IG, etc. I mean, it is not a guarantee that you are cut out for computer science. Trust me. As we speak, I'm struggling to get a research or teaching assistant. It's not been any easier. The kind of teaching assistants I'm having right now are the kind who really complements. We can have intellectual discourse. We can be inventive. With little guidance, they are buying into the whole idea. And I'm happy to say my teaching assistant is nearly securing 2 opportunities, one in Italy and one in UK. It complements my effort. We're able to come up with new ideas and publish it out to the world. We need such minds, not those who will be robotic and be told what to do all the time before they can, make meaningful contribution. I always say you are junior colleagues. You are not like in SHS. You have prefects and somebody is superior to you. No, you are junior colleagues. Okay. I have students who have passed through my hands are in better positions in terms of remuneration for what they do than I have. We are junior colleagues. You are junior colleagues. So we expect you to be level-headed to some extent. But unfortunately, there are some of you as old as 20, 21, 22, 23, even some in 24 years. Who still think they are kids. And so academically too, they are not ready to, bring up some inventive mind. I won't write recommendation for you that does not match your capability. So please bear with us. If you get the requirement, in fact, over the years, those who have met the A and the B plus have automatically nailed A's in the mathematics courses. So we've not really had any problem with that. The issues we get those. So you see, if you miss the A and the B plus, you leave your determination of your placement to our algorithms. At that point, you have no say, you have no plea, you have no begging. In fact, if we skip you, you have no choice because you didn't meet the first criteria. You leave your fate into our hands. And then if we want to add on from say 43 to 100 to fill the class, then we will use algorithm to go through and then see those that we can place and add up. Last year we went all the way up to C, and that was even the difficult decision we had to take. Please pull your weight. Don't be wasting the 2 weeks you have left. All right. So let's move on to the next question, shall we? Wow. Oh, Derek, tell them for me. In fact, let me highlight this one. Well, for Chop YouTube money, so you see, I mean, you have nothing to lose. All you have to do is just subscribe. Even if what you think I'm saying is nonsense, right? Or tell your friends to just subscribe for a sec, and then we'll move on from there. Anyway, can we get the PDF for this one? I think I already answered that question. Cutoff point, I've just answered it. Please say, what is it saying? How will the performance of 4 DCIT courses be evaluated? How would it be evaluated? I think I've given you a lot more detail about that. I mean, it's automatic. We'll send you a link to a form. You complete it and you attach your transcript as well, having spooled it from ITS. And then we'll run the CSV of the results in our system. And then we see whether you make it or not. A or B plus. In order for, that's the first criteria. That's the first condition for the algorithm before we consider the rest. But usually, if you make the first criteria, minimum B plus in order for a DCIT courses, it's automatic. Right? If you have any more questions on that, please let me know. Which courses are the IT students to register for? Okay, great. I guess we are about leaving you out, right? Let's get you also sorted, shall we? Information technology. I think I have yours here. There we go. Let's deal with that quickly. So, I mean, this advice I always give to friends and family who contact me ahead of their wards admission. Mark, my son wants to do computer science. What should he do? I said, is your son really a strong student? Is he deceiving you, or he really can deliver? If he can deliver and you think he's good at what he's doing and he's not you empowering wasi, then you can advise the person to take mathematical sciences, and then hopefully he will nail it and get into computer science major. Else, my advice will be let the person apply straight into IT if he meets the cutoff point. Then you have nothing to worry about. Even if he's a non-serious student, that's the program he has been admitted into. If you will not take heed to the advice we give him, he'll get 0. Nobody's going to move him out of that program. But if he enters mathematical science and he doesn't meet the criteria as far as performance is concerned, then he's going to miss out, and that is going to pain everybody. Because we literally do same courses now. So office productivity tools, let's go to your second semester, shall we? So here we go. Second semester, IT students. Am I on course? Yes. Information technology. You also have to take a UGRC course, 3 credit hours. Make sure you take DCIT 102 Hardware Fundamentals. For you, it's a core. It's not an elective. 104 is also an elective for you. And then, you were dodging calculus from level first semester, but this is where you have to meet it. You can't run away forever. 122 is waiting for you. All IT students will have to take calculus 1, math 122 in second semester. Please take notice of this and register them accordingly. Please take this information first hand from me. Okay. And then you have an elect. So you see, your core courses adds up to only 12 credits. You need to bump this up to 18. So you need to come and take STARS 112 is also a required course for every BSc IT student. It's a required course for every BSc IT student. Please take notice of this. It's also 3 credit hours. So when you add that, that's 15. Okay. You don't go and take a course because it is easier. But, well, that is what the statement says. So if you are in IT, these are your electives. Principles of management is not part of your courses. Algebra and geometry is not part of your courses. Your only options here are Econs 102 and STARS 112, adding up to how many credit hours? 6. So when you add it to the 12, you have hit the 18 mark. Is that okay? So don't take note of this level 100 second semester IT student, DCIT 102, DCIT 104, Math 122, STARS 122, Econs 102. These are your courses. I hope I've answered that question. If you still have a question, let me know. So what about IT students? I think I have just responded to that one, haven't I? Yes. So where are all the questions? Where are they hiding? They keep refreshing the page and it's passing. Somebody will say it's past my eyes. Oh, it has moved to the second page. Oh, okay. Right. So please, which courses are, yes. Okay. So please, what does the internship course entail? Combined with your students. Tracy, are you in level 200? We are still on level 100. We'll be, oh, it's almost 2 minutes to the end of the conversation. Oosh. I didn't think it would take this long. Maybe I should have made you start asking your questions. Internship. I think I will address the issue with regards to level 200s. So let me just clear the level 100s. Remind me to come back to this, Tracy, if you realize I'm not responding to it. So please, doesn't mean that a grade lower than, okay, so let me push this out there. So, sir, please, doesn't mean that a grade lower than B plus in just one of the mandatory DCI course disqualifies you for a placement. Yes, I'm sorry, but that is the reality. Just one. You can't have a favorite. They are all required. Whether you are dreaming of being a network engineer, dreaming of being a data scientist, dreaming of being just a front-end developer, of course, generally a software engineer, whatever, all the 4 are essential. So I am sorry. It's essential. That's why they are 1100. So if you are struggling to make a minimum B plus, we don't see the point. I'm sorry, but that is the situation. Well, are you already heading towards that direction? I don't know, maybe, but you should be setting high standards, in my opinion. Please say, what is the running time for the algorithm you use? Oh, oh, Steve, nice seeing you here. I've laughed big time. We'll discuss this backstage. Maybe you could make some inputs in that. Right. That's good to know. Steven is an old colleague. In fact, if he has a channel, I would have asked you to go and look him up. Go and look him up on LinkedIn. He's there. He's very, very good. One of these days, I'll be inviting him on one of my software engineering mentor sessions. Steve, you heard it from me here. So please, don't let me beg twice. Yes, nice seeing you here. Any more comments? Any more questions? I guess we'll just have to move to level 200. I'm not seeing any more questions. Level 100s, I hope you're all sorted. Level 100, I hope you're all sorted. Somebody is bringing a question. What is he saying? Sir, please, if you get at least B plus, would there still be a restriction from you? This is no advert for anybody's water, okay? Just trying to quench my thirst. if you heard me right, Derek, I indicated that last year we nearly had only 43 students qualifying into single major computer science based on the criteria that we have set as a department. It's not an individual's decision. And because it varies, that's why that is not captured in this document. It's only the course requirements that have been stated. So we made some concessions. So we relaxed the requirement. And I was saying that this was influenced by a very powerful hand. Not God though, but a very powerful human hand somewhere, beyond all the authorities in the department. So we lowered the requirements all the way from B plus to C plus. To C. Now, there is no guarantee of this repeating itself. It has varied over the past 2 years. You are the third batch if you're in the 100 now. So I can't make any promises. But I recommend that you play safe, push your weight and get your B plus, and then save yourself the hassle of, going to see people. And me, I'll mind you. You know me already. I don't even have the time to stress over who qualifies and who doesn't qualify. I mean, God being so good, there's something called programming. So I just feed your data into the algorithm. It gives me my outcome and I put it out there. So when the powers that will, put in the hands of my superiors and people I'm responsible to, I don't make those decisions. They make those decisions and pass the information for it. But as far as I'm concerned, the requirement is quite strict. Okay. Is that all the questions? Akosia Excel, you've retracted a message. Okay, I don't know what it was, but that's fine. I guess I've answered everybody's question. Do I still have some level 200s here who are interested in the next step? If you are level 200, show me, a finger two like this, then we can focus on you too. Else, I guess we will be ending the meeting in any moment from now. I guess level 100s are fine. Level 200s. Is there anybody in there who needs who needs us to go through all the course selection, or you are okay? Do we have to go to level 200? Do we have to go to level 200? Nobody is minding me. I guess we are okay. Oh, okay. Somebody showed the two finger. Right. So it's a good vibes. Okay, so the document I've given you is quite exhaustive. You have an opportunity to even know the course descriptions, the reading list has been proposed by the respective lecturers, even if your lecturers have not given you what is required for that particular semester. Let me take this opportunity to inform the level 100s also. So these are your options. You can get into single major programs. We have 12 of them. We are not going to allow anybody to branch from mathematical science into IT for some difficult reasons. I don't think I will be able to elaborate on that. Once you have been admitted into mathematical science, you have to do well to fall in any of these options aside from number 9. Yeah. Combined major, as I indicated, you can have chemistry and a biological science program, chemistry and physics, computer and mathematics, computer science and statistics, computer science and physics. This is not the computer science, the physics I was talking about. Because if you're a physical science student in level 100, these are your options. If you're a physical science student, these are your options. Point 10 and 11. Point 10, if you want to do anything computer related. If you're a physical science student, you can only major in physics and minor in computer science. You major in physics and minor. This is your only option to have something to do with computer science. You can never do a single major in computer science. You can never do a combined major in computer science. Your program restricts you completely. The option is only available to mathematical science students. So please take note. I've encountered students who thought they were applying into computer science, of course, better still mathematical science, but they don't know. Someone guided them, they got the wrong information, and they were admitted into physical science. and they've always dreamt to do computer science, so they don't know what to do. In fact, somebody is reading F science, level 200 or 300 or 400. He walked in here, he wants a way to switch and move away from F science to computer science. And I asked him whether his admission guaranteed him a place in computer science or mathematics, and he confessed that no, but that's what he wants to do. Please, you see, we have too many enthusiasts today in this field. I'm telling you, Steve, you can tell them for me. So many enthusiasts, but when we need to get the show on the road, they realize that they are really handicapped. If you don't have the ability to sit on your butt for hours to debug a program, to solve a problem, no matter how complex it is, then you're not ready. I mean, last year mentorship session, the Google guy told my students they come up with a new library every time for every service they provide. There's always a new function, a new library for everything they do on YouTube. They never depend on old existing ones. They are coming up with new ones every day. We have just been consumers and we are good at it, but that is not enough. So if you're an enthusiast, you may want to move a bit further beyond that. So bear with me. So that's your only option. Right. Now, if you are doing major minor, you can never do a project work in your minor. So, for example, if you are doing mathematics with computer science, your final year project work can only be in mathematics and supervised by a mathematics department lecturer. If you are doing mathematics with physics, your major department is mathematics, so that's why you do your project work. You don't look for a project supervisor from. In fact, you'll not be considered here. So please take notice of that. It applies to all major minor placements. Your major is your mother department. Your major is your mother department, even though you may be borrowing other courses from the other programs. So take notice of that. Right, so let's go to the level 200s and then we'll wrap this up, shall we? The document actually begins with the chemistry students. I'm not sure anybody has any problem. It's all chem. But from level 200, you are in your major program. So just as it applies to everyone else, you'll be able to select all your courses. There's a brief description of the course, the title, reading lists. So you don't have an excuse to say that they've not even given us a reading material. If you are home right now, it will be your own interest to start digging into something. If you have some things to catch up on from first semester, you do that as well. So I'm just going to skip quickly and then get into. So you can find all the rest there. The level 200 for my department and the rest of the mathematical sciences. Let me see how fast I can scroll to that portion. Maybe subsequently I'll bookmark the document so that it becomes a lot more easier. Okay, so here we go. Let's answer the few questions we may have here and then we'll draw the curtain. So if you're level 200 second semester, please, if you're level 200 second semester, now I need to highlight this UGRC. There's a lot of changes that are happening in the UGRC arena right now. A lot of changes that are happening. They keep sending information time and again. I know because I also have a student UG account as I was a product from here. And they've been alerting you that some courses currently fading out and it's only available to current 300s to 400s. And then there are new ones for current 100s and 200s and a whole lot of things. If you need clarity, please reach out and let's see how we can work. We can discuss this. But make sure you take the recommended UGRC per your program. Make sure you take the recommended UGRC per your program. And you have to register for this as quickly as possible so that you don't have to carry it forward or miss out in registering it. It's a University of Ghana required course. I'm sorry, you can't avoid it. You have to take them, okay? So these changes may be happening and I will not be informed about it, but I will not have much answers to that. Please, when you go for, somebody's asking a question. At this point, let me just be addressing them along the line. Please, when you go for a combined major in, say, mathematics and computer science, can you do a project in both areas? Oh, that's a good question. Now, my response to this question is this. If you are a combined major student, even if you are a major minor student, okay, your project may be borrowing knowledge from computer science, for example, and mathematics. It may be borrowing, we may be leveraging on experience from physics and computer science. It could be either ways. However, attention has to be placed on your major department. So it could be a project in physics. It could be a project in mathematics. It could be a project in statistics. It could be a project in any of the various fields. However, you may need to be taking advantage of your the lessons you've taken in artificial intelligence level 300 or something, borrowing that knowledge to, make something intelligent some way, somehow, writing some algorithms, etc., etc. You understand your data set because it's your domain area. The power ratings and the kilometers, whatever, you know your fields, chemistry, etc. You can borrow the computer component to complement what you are doing. It actually makes it a lot more easier, especially those of you who do start with computer science or start in computer science. You have an outstanding, exceptional opportunity. Okay, so currently, when it comes to artificial intelligence, for example, it's in every field, it's in every discipline. There is, if you go to biology, they are using it. If you go to Noguchi, they are using it extensively, but they are not programmers, so they partner. If you get a big project, you find somebody from computer science background, partner with somebody with biomedical, something, working together to get a result to predict and inform future events. So the point I'm trying to drum home here is, if you are in computer science, for example, we may be paying more attention to you being inventive and innovative, coming up with ideas that are purely computer science based. But if you are in statistics, maths, physics, etc., you would have to do something physics and probably borrow some of your computer skills to deliver on them. But your project supervisor will definitely be in your major program. Your project supervisor can just be in one department, one program. Major is in your major program. Major minor is still in your major program. Combined major, you have to be in one exclusively. I hope I've answered that question. Right, so if you are in computer science single major, these are your courses in level 200. You take Introduction to African Studies, Mobile Application Development. Very, very important course. Okay, learn how to develop mobile applications right in level 200 in UG. You don't have time to waste. Whilst you are doing that, you are learning your data structures and algorithms. This is the first version, and it's very, very, very important. In fact, if you're going to land a job with Microsoft, Google, and the rest, the FANG, they will tell you to prepare your discrete mathematics background and complement that with your data structures and algorithms, whatever. If you fail at those, you have already lost the position. And your programming should already be the food you eat. Programming skills should be food you eat. These are technologies we apply to enhance our programs and problems we have solved, and also make computation quite efficient as best as possible. So this course is very, very tight. These are very, very, in fact, for level 200, it's a tug of war. It's a huge boxing arena. There's no joke. It's real World Cup. That's why when you mess up in level 100, you don't see why you should come to level 200. Else you'll be chasing after the class the rest of your 4 years left, the rest of your 3 years. I'm not scaring anyone. I'm just being frank with you, because these are really in-depth. You can find out from level 200 what entailed in the software engineering program. This is my course. I don't joke with this. And it's very, very intensive. You cannot be a spectator. You forget about what happened in office productivity tools. That was just a tip of an iceberg. What is going to happen here is worse than that. Okay, I will not be engaging too much in the lecture room, but you feel the heat. Okay, so because we want you to be employable even just after your level 200, and it not come easy. Yes, some of you are not touching the computer for the first time. How you even manage to pass level 100, only God knows. But I'm guessing you put in so much effort to get there. So kudos to you. But you need to still up your game to catch on, because these are all heavyweights. Mr. Steven Ando, if he's still there, he will attest to this. He's been a product here. Some of these things used to be at level 300, 400s, but the world is changing. So this is happening now. We can't get you behind the world. We have to move and catch up with the same pace as the world. So you would definitely have to make sure these. In fact, if I were you by now, I should know how to write native Android applications. And of course, programs like this require computers with not less than 11th gen processors. If you are on Windows, and of course, if you are on Mac, your M1s will be your best option. The prices have really soared because of the depreciation of our currency. But I'm sorry, you should have made an informed decision before you invested in your computers. But it's very essential. This is where the heat starts getting hot. I mean, it's already hot, okay? So by now you should be finding yourself some books, some Udemy course, some YouTube videos, walking you through to figure out how you write. You write pure Java if you're writing native Android application using Android Studio. Don't go and do Kotlin or anything. We want you to know the real stuff, and then you complement it with some React or something. So you do mobile application development. You need decent computers with computational power, proper GPUs, else you'll be lacking behind the class. I mean, it's a non-starter. If your parents doubt you, tell them your lecturer has a YouTube channel, subscribe and share it with them. Tag this section and then let them watch, because I'm emphasizing on this. I pity students who unfortunately are unable to defend their needs for computational power for their PCs. Some of them, their parents don't listen to them, and then they invest in machines that is not able to support them. We don't have computers in the university that can run Android Studio, powerfully the way you would want it to do and get things done faster. So please, it's a non-starter. Of course, software engineering data structures you manage with any computer you have, but that is it. So for the single major students, these are your required courses, and they total up to about 15 credit hours, I presume. Then, now, this is the question Tracy asked. Internship is an elective here, 1 credit, but it is compulsory for all our level 200 students. You have learned enough to get into the world, to apply your knowledge to what is going on there, to complement it, to really find your feet. We actually want you to be securing jobs by level 300. We are not joking with you here. Okay, you might have come to learn, but it's our responsibility to build you with a skill set that will make you useful out there. And that is the message we are putting out there. We are not joking with it. We are pushing ourselves to the limit to give you the content that we are doing. You already learned how to push. Level 100s learned how to write C++ and even push them to GitHub right in first semester. It's going to be the food you're going to eat. Generally, you should get to know how to do these things in the command line interface, in your VS Code environment, etc. You just have to get used to them. So internship is required. It's required. Not internship that you go into a bank and you are customer service personnel, serving customers. No. We are very specific about what we want, where we want you to intern. We may not find spaces for you. Where we are working very hard to find spots, but we can't find spots for 400 students. You may have to find some for yourself. But those who will be lucky enough and will pull their weight, will recommend places for them that are already secured, because we know they can complement them. We're already working with Microsoft and other spaces to secure internship opportunity for some of you. Last year, some students secured internship opportunities with Bank of America. Some have secured internships with Facebook Meta. You can follow me on LinkedIn. You see some of your colleagues, your senior colleagues, who have made posts and reference some of us because of the advice we give them. Some have secured internship with Google, etc. So that is the target, okay? And so if you really diligently survive these courses and have grasped the concept and can really apply them, you can secure an internship with a very reputable computer space company that will really help you launch into your career. And that is what we have said for you. So internship is compulsory. We'll follow up with your superiors and then come and grade you accordingly. So this one is compulsory. And then you take any one of these two to complement it. You take any one of these to complement it. Any one, not all the two. Just pick one. Information modeling and specification, numerical and computational methods. Internship is compulsory for all single major computer science students and IT students. BSc IT students and single major computer science. Internship is compulsory. DCIT 200. Excuse me. I'm sorry. All right. Speaking of discrete maths, okay, let me take a few questions here. Tracy says what? Speaking of discrete maths, it's only listed under the single major program. It is an important course. What about combined major? Oh, of course. So you see, in fact, you want my candid opinion about combined major? My candid opinion about combined major, if you really have a choice. Don't do combined major. This is my personal advice, please. And this is my reason. Single major is a load on its own. You probably wanted a single major and you didn't get it because of your performance. Now, when it was just focused, you failed to nail it. How are you going to survive 7-2 masters? That is quite Herculean. I'm yet to come across a combined major student who has made the first class. Maybe somebody is here to challenge me on that. I feel it's going to be a heavy weight. 7-2 masters. It's not even like major minor where you are taking more courses from one department and you are borrowing a few from others to complement it. If you can, avoid combined major. Okay? And that's the very reason why some courses are not available to you. You are limited to a few. So this is just my personal advice. I will leave you to make your final decision. Tracy, I hope you get the input of my submission. DCIT 204. Yes, data structures. This is very important. In fact, Steve, you tell them you need this. You really need this. Sorting algorithms, search algorithms, how you make a programming code efficient. This is too important to skip this course. And the whole world, no computer science students is avoiding it. If it's not enough to be an enthusiast, I repeat, it's not enough to be an enthusiast. You should really be part of the main field and be doing the right thing. You take this challenge, William Wachi. Okay, be my guest. So where was I? Do I have any questions I've not addressed? Please, when you go for combined, say mathematics, can you do a project from both areas? I think I've addressed this question. Doesn't mean combined major students undertake just one project despite having two majors. Yes, you do only one project. Your project may borrow knowledge from the other programs. I mean, your project is supposed to demonstrate how prepared you are to be a problem solver in the society you're about to work into. So, yes, that is that. IT students for computer science, please. You want to move from IT to computer science? I don't know. Maybe you have to clarify your question, Emeka. DCIT 212 recommended just single major students or combined. 212. So we have statement here below. It reads, students who wish to be considered for computer science program should select DCIT 212. So if you are doing single major computer science, your only option here is also, these two that I've selected right here. These are the only two options you have here to stick to. Information modeling and specification. I don't know. I'm looking at your career as a software engineer, as a technology expert. So these are the only two I will put out there for you. I'll recommend for you. So please take note and select them accordingly. Speaking of this room, as is listed. Okay, so I've addressed that one. Statistics with computer science. Yeah, major minor level 200. Yeah, that's a good combination. Even though I know some people who are only passing through that class. So this is my information for those of you who are doing single major computer science. You're not in 300 yet, so we will not bother our heads over that right now. But you have the document. So at the end of the year, we'll have this session once more. So let's take care of the combined major students. I'm sure you are seeing it. Combined major. So it's, if you are level 200 and you want to do combined major, these courses are essential. You can't miss this UGRC, academic writing. Programming 1 of this first semester, it's already passed and gone. So level 200, let's look at the second semester. So software engineering is required. It's not an option if you are doing combined major. If you are doing combined major, software engineering is not an option. It's a required course. 204 is a required course. In fact, all of the courses computer science students are taking is also required for you. Same if you are doing combined major in computer science. Okay, then you select 89 credits. You have to select 89 credits from this. So you pick 3 of these. So basically you may want to choose all of them. Your UGRC will be an optional one. So of all these ones are electives. I mean, it's a non-starter. I hope the point is clear. What about major minor? Major minor, we are just getting to you right now. You are down here. Major minor is below here. Yeah. Oh, you're all together. I think they're all together. So you are all in the same boat. So yeah, in level 200, you're all in the same boat. It's level 300. There is some breakdowns. So minor students will select. So maybe I'll just address the level 300 students in major minor programs as far as computer science is concerned. So if you're in second semester level 300, then you are supposed to take major and minor students select all 6 credits above. So you don't have an option. If you are doing major minor, the 9 credit hours are here. You have to select these 3. Major and minor students shall select 6 credits from above. So human computer interaction is a must. You continue your journey in data structures and algorithms. It's very, very important. Okay. Then when it has to do with electives, so these are core. It's not sufficient. It's just 6. You are major minoring, so you have other courses from other departments. Don't forget. Then when you have to select your electives, you pick these two research methods and then programming 2. You've already done programming 1, so why don't you wrap it up? Okay, so these are quite essential. So at the end of the day, you pretty much will be doing how many credits? 12 from us. If you do 12 from the other place, that's dangerous. So usually we recommend you do 9 credit hours from us. What is the statement? We say that students, let me highlight that portion. Students minoring in computer science shall take at least 9 credits. Students minoring in computer science shall take at least 9 credits of any of the underlisted courses per semester in level 200. And then you are limited to 6 credits per semester at your level 300. Please, this statement here supersedes anything that I have said. Please take note. Okay? If you are minoring in computer science, you take at least 9 credits. If it's your minoring. If you are in level 200. And then only 6 credits if you are in level 300. So, level 200, you have to take only 9 credit hours. As I was saying, these are the only courses you take. And then when you are in 300, if you are in 300, you have only 6. So you can avoid human computer interaction. Probably take data structure and algorithms, because this is very important if you want to have any career in IT. And then programming 2, I will advise. You need research methods, but you can't do it all. So please take note. I've given you my recommendations. In total, you have about 12 credit hours here, but you have only a choice to take only 6. Please take notice of that. And I think it's also 6 in level 400 out of all of these courses as well. Let me see. Yes. So level 400s who opt for major, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So that's it. That's it. Any questions? So combined major students can also register for the internship course, but can't do DCIT 2 and 2 because the maximum credit hours. Just to confirm from what you have said so far, Tracy, I was saying that combined major, the internship is not mandatory for combined major students. If we're combined major, you are technically not under any particular department. You decide. But that can even be tricky. But if you are reading single major, or you are reading IT in this years, then internship is compulsory. And I repeat, internship is compulsory for IT students, BSc IT students, and then single major computer science students. These are the only people, as far as our requirements are concerned, who must take internship. Now, aside from that, they have no choice but to also take numerical and computational methods. And numerical and computational methods is also compulsory for combined major students, but internship is not mandatory for them. Is that okay? Is that okay? I hope I have answered your question, Tracy. So she asked the question that I've just responded to right now. So let's wrap up with level 400. I mean, nobody's level 400 yet. So the level 300s, these are your options. Programming 2 is coming. Data structures, second hurdle. Research methods is coming. Human-computer interaction is there. Information security management is essential. And of course, you have a choice to either add on cloud computing or combine computational methods, models for social media mining. This is quite interesting. Cloud computing is also quite interesting. So the ball is in your court. As long as you will not exceed 21 credits. I mean, I've covered that side of the review. As long as you will not exceed 21. This is 15 credits. So plus 6, that takes us to what? Yeah, pretty much. So this will be 18. This will make it 21. So if you have the capacity, I would suggest, if you don't have any trails following you, if you don't have any UGRC outstanding or pending, I mean, and you are second semester or level 300, why not grab all these courses and be diligent with them? You need the experience and the knowledge from them. Right, guys, I guess that's all the questions we have so far. Any more comments? I know everybody's asking a question, subscribe, so no big deal. If you are here and you are not a student of UG, you are welcome anyways. You can send a message across. If you are aspiring to be here, why not tell somebody about what is going on here? I have a lot of things I wish I had time to discuss. Maybe I'll make them happen. As a course advisor, for example, I've identified 3 categories of students. Maybe you fall in one of them. But how do you navigate, if you are within any of these categories? That's aside from what we are discussing. And a few other stuff from my courses that I've been teaching. So yeah, stick around. Those of you who know I'm very busy, I really am. But I'll do my best to make time for stuff like this. I think it's easier for me to do a live session than to record because I'm not sure I'll have time to do editing, even though I have the machine with the computing power to put it all together. Does the 9 credit hours for minor students include UGRC? No. Note, UGRC is a University of Ghana required course. If you go to Kenya University, they have a program called VC's course. I'm pretty sure they have similar courses in UCC and other places. They are generally required courses. Irrespective of your program, you have to take them. So please, the 9 credit hours does not include UGRC. That is other requirements. But as long as you want to be affiliated with the department, you have to meet the 9 credits that we are proposing. So if you add your UGRC, that makes it 4. How many credit hours? 12, yeah. And then all the others that you want to add. Any questions? Again, any questions so far? No more questions. No more questions. Okay. Yes, we've been up for 1 hour, almost 1 hour, 30 minutes. I can't thank you enough for being here. If you were not here, this event wouldn't have happened. The migraine seems to be fading away. The numbers have even reduced from the viewership. I guess people have gotten answers to their questions, and so they are well and good. Please make the right choices. If you still have any doubts, you can play back this video. I have a very supportive colleague among you who takes the pain to help me put timelines on all of this. I hope he does that to the same video. And once he is done, I'll make sure I'll edit the description of this video. So if you are watching this later on, you don't have to watch through the whole video or be skipping through places, but you just follow the timeline to select portions that will be relevant to you. So on that note, thank you very much for your time. You've made my coming to the office worthwhile. Behind my desk on a Saturday evening, on a weekend like this. If you're watching this later, thanks for making the time and passing by. All the best. I wish you the very best as always. Let's make Ghana proud. But most importantly, make yourself proud.